Lawrence Fox and Dan Wootton suspended by GB News over Ava Evans' insults. I don't know what you think of Dan Wootton. I personally am not his number one fan. And I find Lawrence Fox a bit of a snot. So obviously, let me know what you think and chat about it. Don't shout about it. Leave a comment below and subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Twitch. Now, don't worry, of course, I am going to continue, but I just wanted to say that's my opinion of these two people. Dan Wootton was suspended from GB News following comments he made on his show. Following comments made on his show by Lawrence Fox, who asked what self-respecting man would climb into bed with reporter Ava Evans. That's disgusting. Why are you saying things like that? It's just rude as well. I mean, just because you're famous does not mean you can be rude. Doesn't mean to say that you can say remarks like that could be potentially defamatory just because you have money and you have power and you have status. A lot of people do that anyway. But anyway, so the broadcaster had earlier suspended Fox for his remarks about politics Joe's Evans during a live show. Listen, I feel like Lawrence Fox just says whatever he likes. And it's been like that for a long time. Evans told the BBC she has since received threats. Wootton, one of the channel's most high-profile presenters, said in an apology that he should have intervened. And yes, he should have intervened. But remember, this is the man who believed that Johnny Depp was 100% guilty. So, you know, I don't think... I'm not going to say what I was thinking there, but yeah. Anyway, the channel called the insult totally unacceptable, which it was, and said it was conducting a full investigation. Well, if it's on there, then you know it's happened. So, meanwhile, Fox, also a host on the channel, has said he stands by every word of what I said. What obnoxious obscenity is this? And I laugh because it's so ridiculous. What makes you think that you can still say things like that? Oh, man. He made the comments discussing political journalist Evans' views on creating a minister for men to tackle a mental health crisis. Okay? Something that is like... You may or may not agree with anything that Ava Evans says or does or whatever, but, you know, I think mental health is a big thing, you know? Just saying. Speaking on BBC Politics Live on Monday, the Politics Joe political correspondent said the idea would make an enemy out of women. And mental illness was not specific to men. Of course it's not. Mental illness is like across the board. You know, addressing those comments on Dan Wootton tonight on Tuesday, Fox said, we're past the watershed, so I can say this. Show me a single self-respecting man that would climb into bed with that woman, ever. Ever. That little woman has been spoon-fed oppression day after day after day. We need powerful, strong, amazing women who make great points for themselves. We don't need this sort of feminist 4.0. So he's referring to the fourth wave of feminism or whatever it is at the moment. You know, they're pathetic and embarrassing. Who'd want to shag that? And Wootton could be seen and smiling and laughing throughout Fox's remarks before an in touch of balance, saying Evans regretted her comments and calling her a very beautiful woman. What? Ava Evans. Yeah, anyway. Sorry, I thought I misread something earlier. I didn't. So, if you don't know what a watershed is, it's basically just a, like, limitation of what you can say prior to a certain time of day on TV or whatever. Just because you're past the watershed does not mean to say that you can say something like that. You know, opinions like that, or sorry, not opinions like that, but statements like that, where it's like a derogatory type of comment, you really shouldn't be making things like that. It doesn't give you that entitlement to do that. Watershed, advocated for by Mary Whitehouse, was, because there was content that was seen on TV that wasn't necessarily appropriate for children. And it was on when children were awake. And that's what she didn't approve of. Now, a lot of people disagreed with the Watershed. But at the same time, it was a smart move. But just because you're past the Watershed and you're expressing opinions and statements and whatever does not mean that you can say something like that. You can disagree with something that someone says, but don't go and I know I called him a snot, okay, but you stuff like that, it's just inappropriate. I called him a snot, so I guess that makes me a hypocrite. But let me know what you think. Chat about it, don't chat about it. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to follow me on my Twitch and my YouTube.